You've also said that MMA is the most pro-woman sport in the world.
It's true.
Why? Why you're so convicted to that?
Why? Because for the first time ever, there's no distinction between men and women in a sport. There's WNBA, there's women's tennis, there's all these W's everywhere. And just a few months ago, women were introduced into the octagon for the first time just as bantamweights. Mm-hmm. There was no need to put the women in front, because why they don't say men's bantamweight division, why do they have to say women's? And it's the first sport in the world to completely eradicate the separation. And so when the women are introduced in their titles, I'm the UFC bantamweight champion. I'm not the UFC women's bantamweight champion, because the guys aren't the UFC men's bantamweight champion, so they totally got rid of it. And it's the only sport in the world to do that.
We talk about separate but equal, but having even mentioned the Floyd Mayweather fight, they're walking away with hundreds of millions of dollars at stake. You being at the height of your sport, maybe make what, $1 million at most per fight. Does that anger you, and what can we do to change that?
I don't like to talk about exactly how much money I make, but I'm extremely comfortable and happy.
You are?
Yes.
Okay. So,
and if I got to a point where I had almost 50 fights, I would probably be making close to the same amount of money that Floyd does. But at this point, I have 11. So I can't expect it to be exactly equal, yeah.
Now, we could just get fathers equal rights in family court.
You've expressed interest in liking superheroes, and a lot of Hollywood is coming out that the representation is very over-sexualized. What do you think about the portrayal in media?
Of superheroes?
Women?
Superhero women?
Yeah.
I mean, the guys have like 16 packs. I mean, it's very much like an over-idealized idea of what, a human being should be. And so, I think that the male superheroes are overly masculinized and,
Have you noticed that strong, successful women who achieved success through sheer hard work and dedication tend to hate feminism?
Finals where you have two black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches.
That question is what separates people. What the hell is the difference if a coach is black or white? If the person qualifies, who cares if she is black or white or any other color? The coach's response was right on.
Mike Tomlin are two of the few black head coaches in the league. I wonder what your relationship is like with them and your thoughts on Steve Wilkes joining that fold.
I have a very good relationship with Tomlin. We don't look at what color we are when we coach against each other. We just know each other. I have a lot of very good white friends that coach in this league as well, and I don't think it's a big deal as far as us coaching against each other. I think it's normal. Wilkes got an opportunity to do a good job. Hopefully he does it. And we coach ball. We don't look at color.
But you also understand that representation matters too, right? And that when young aspiring coaches or even football players, they see you guys, they see someone that looks like them, maybe grew up like them, that has to mean something.
Well, when you say you see you guys and look like them and grow up like them, it means that we're oddballs to begin with. And I think
reporters should be fired for asking these race-baiting questions.
Clearly talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question, so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son, Elohim, and my wife, Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it?
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so I
We're in
presume
2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not? Everybody posts everything else. You saw the word nigger going up on Twitter, right? I don't hear an uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific...
The dude seems like a reflective, intelligent, and well-spoken guy who is not afraid to touch on any subject. We need more people like this, you know?
Sorry, appreciate your time today. Originally, we all thought you and Colby were going to be up there together. This is going to be a joint press conference. We find out it's not. Let me ask you: Are you disappointed that you don't get the chance to face him down, to deal with them, or are you kind of happy you don't have to put up with the stuff today?
I'm just excited that Black Lives Matter.
Are you surprised that in the lead up to this fight that he hasn't been more vocal? I mean, this is Colby Covington. He's almost been respectful of you. Is that shocking to you at all? That he hasn't gone into more like he normally does?
I'm just really excited that Black Lives Matter.
Fair enough, and we know that it looks like Usman and Burns is later, this year. A win here would be big for you. Would you keep yourself ready to be a fill-in opponent on a title fight, or are you at a point in your career where you wouldn't do that?
I feel like, the victory here just really shows how much Black Lives Matter.
Fair enough, and my last question for you then, obviously the Black Lives Matter shirt on, clearly you want to keep it in that direction today. Would you like to use this platform to deliver any messages to everyone out there?
Just that Black Lives Matter.
Hey, Tyron. Obviously the political movement of Black Lives Matter has taken a lot of momentum over the past few months and even the year. Do you think this fight amplifies to you the need to express your support for that cause?
No, I just think that Black Lives Matter.
Could you tell us when Colby first started talking about you years ago when you were training together, were you surprised based on your interactions in the gym that he decided to start campaigning against you in the way that he did?
No, I wasn't surprised, especially since Black Lives Matter.
Thank you, Tyron.
Before your last few fights, especially in the Darren Till, the Maya, and the Wonderboy Thompson fights, you've kind of built your camp around a specific fighter. And now Colby Covington and his coach have come out saying that they realize he's not even a southpaw anymore. Which is hinting that he might fight orthodox. I'm wondering if you heard that, and does that change anything about your game plan?
I just hope they realize Black Lives Matter.
Tyron, would you shake Colby Covington's hand if he realized that Black Lives Matter?
I like your style, and I definitely realize that Black Lives Matter.
Tyron, is there anything specifically from a social standpoint that you would like to? Obviously you've been saying Black Lives Matter thing. Is there anything in particular within that subject that you would also like to shine some light on?
Just the fact that Black Lives Matter. I think it's pretty simple. Anything else? Thank you.
Colby, I feel like we'd be remiss if we didn't ask you the inspiration for the suit today. That's pretty powerful gear you got on there.
Yeah. All I hear is, I'm a loser, I support a lost cause, and I should have one just because I'm black.
And it's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on to Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions, and my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me. I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races: white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I could talk about the game and go home to
I hate when reporters think everyone is stupid. Kyrie knew the rules and played this interview game very well.
The not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I was just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious, because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of the
putting it out there, people are going to say that you are promoting.
Yeah, put it out there, just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but it's not.
You put things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is not.
So let's move on.
Filled
let's
with
move on.
Anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free
being.
to post
I can post whatever I want. So say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to understand.
They really try to control people and destroy their imaginations if they refuse to live their lives the way they see fit. It's wild. He did nothing wrong and explained himself very well and clearly. I don't even understand what question needed to be asked after he said what he said. They are trying to tie him up. Kyrie did an amazing job not allowing them to back him into a corner.
In Toronto, welcome. Glad to hear it. It's been great.
Are you Canadian?
Of course I am.
Are you part of the fucking opposition? Are you?
I don't know how to phrase that.
You got like, yeah.
Well, I did want to ask you.
Did you vote for Trudeau?
I'm not going to say.
And let me tell you something right now. If a man says he's not going to say, like if you ask him, motherfucker, did you vote for Biden? He's like, well, I'm not going to say. That's none of your business. He voted for fucking Biden.
Sean,
Sean,
I'm glad you've had great experiences.
So this is what I'm talking about, you guys. The enemy of Canada.
Sure.
All right.
That's what it's got to be. It's got to be. We've got a pretty supportive gay and lesbian community in this city. I did want to ask you about something you wrote a couple of years ago. You said, if I had a gay son, I would think I'd...
Oh, look, another. I'm saying to you, the swamp, you guys, the swamp.
You become a champion, you become a star, and someone says...
Let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Have you had the chance to interact with a more diverse
crowd of... Let me know. Are you gay?
Could I get an answer?
Well, no, I'm asking. This is a part of. Are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay. If you had a son and he was like, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're part of the fucking problem. You elected Justin Trudeau, like, when he sees the bank accounts, like, you're just fucking pathetic. And the fact that you have no fucking backbone, and has he shut down your fucking country and seize bank accounts, you ask me some stupid shit like that, go fuck yourself. Move the fuck on, man.
I feel like that doesn't really answer the
coward.
question, but I did want to ask also things you said about the trans community. You said this past October when they announced the Bud Light sponsorship that you'd go so hard on Bud Light in your next fight, they'll have to accept me or denounce me when they know what and will know what they stand for. Are you
This
still,
guy's like, hey, this Canadian's not that Canadian.
Are you still going to use your fight time to kind of speak on that?
Here's the thing about Bud Light. 10 years ago, to be trans was a mental fucking illness. And now all of a sudden, people like you have fucking weaseled your way into the world. You are an infection. You are the definition of weakness. Everything that is wrong with the world is because of fucking you. And the best thing is the world's not buying it. The world's not buying your fucking bullshit you're fucking peddling. The world is not saying, you know what? You're right. Fucking chicks have dicks. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are two genders. I don't want my kids being taught about, who they could fuck in school. I don't want my kids being taught about, their sexual preference. Like, dude, this guy is the fucking enemy. You want to look at the fucking enemy to our world? It's that motherfucker right there asking these stupid fucking questions. Sorry, I told the UFC I was being nicer. Lance, am I still good with this? Did I cross any lines? A little, what the fuck? I didn't say the F word. You just brought this fucking guy in here to piss me off.
You just did, but just to follow up, I mean, Rick.
Did I say it?
You just did.
No, I didn't say it.
Right there you did.
Different F word. Yeah. I'm trying to be good, man. I'm trying to be good. I like the fucking gays. Here's the thing. I've never. You guys think I've ever shit on a gay man or shit on a gay woman? I don't fucking. I like the gays. It's fucking freedom. We still have it in America. We'll teach you about it. You guys don't have fucking freedom of speech. I'm surprised what I'm saying is probably gonna get fucking. I'm probably gonna get the fucking Canadian government to arrest me. So I don't give a fuck who you fuck. I don't give a fuck what you want to do in life. But. Don't fucking tell kids about it. Don't teach that shit in fucking school. Don't fucking push your...
The more people speak out like this, the harder it is to cancel them. It's time we start stating the facts like this man.
Rhonda, Lauren down here from the Herald Sun again. Just another quick one about Angela's question on equality just before. We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dana and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because...
This is what a truly empowered woman looks like. Not just some whiner who's trying to play the victim to get special treatment.
You had a comfortable 28-point lead. What happened after that? And with Jason going back in, is that something you were hoping to avoid?
No, I was hoping to win the game. We decided for a period of time to throw the ball to the team in the white jerseys instead of the black ones.
That's the extent of what cost the lead?
Yes.
Derek, at the start of the year, talking to him and Ben, he said it was important for him to work on not thinking about shooting, like, catch and shoot and not getting his head about it. He said that was sometimes an issue last year. How have you seen him kind of progress in that
Just doesn't hesitate, catches it with his feet set, does a great job of just, when he's open, shooting it. And so he has to be aggressive for our team to be well-balanced and successful. And when he's aggressive on both ends, we're a good team.
And what did you think of Mike's play, and what kind of instructions do you have a guy who literally just shows up today and then all of a sudden he's out there with you?
Play hard, pay attention, and you'll figure it out. We got enough good guys around here that communicate well, that want to win and be successful. And so I thought on the offensive end he fit right in as far as our spacing and just the way we were attacking offensively. I thought defensively he played with energy, and our guys did a good job communicating to him kind of the different systems and schemes that we had throughout the game. So he's all in, and just looking for him to continue to execute.
second start of the week for Sam? Just what have you liked about what he's done, just aside from 3-pointers as well?
Gets the spacing in the first 6 to 8 seconds. Teams that maintain off ball, he brings a different level of a 2-on-1 advantage that we can't create. And he's continuing to work hard on his technique defensively.
And do you kind of see like the confidence boost in him now that the threes are finally going down?
Yes.
When you come out of a game like this, what is the message to the team afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to. We played hard, so I think that's the most important thing is just continuing to praise the fact that we are a hard-playing basketball team, regardless of the score. 95% of the time. But you gotta just fight for habits, and that's where the execution comes in. They had 15 turnovers for 25 points, and that is a recipe for getting yourself in trouble throughout games. And so, praise the effort. I love the fact that our guys play hard regardless. Just continue to just execute on both ends of the floor, because when we do, we always get a great shot for either ourselves or for the guy next to us.
And when the beginning of the game, everything's so high. At one point you were shooting 52, 53%, and then that dips down to 45, which is still a good number at the end. But is it that lack of execution that leads to the shots kind of starting to miss?
No, because Sam missed some wide open ones. Malcolm missed a couple ones. Derek missed one. I think Mike missed one. So, no, I think sometimes it goes back to what we talk about, where throughout the ebbs and flows of the game, you have to maintain your defensive execution and your offensive confidence. And so if you miss 4 in a row, that's good. That usually means you're going to make 4 out of your next 7, depending upon where the numbers are at. And so we just have to constantly fight for the best shot, and then we just got to just defend. And I thought we did that, for the majority of the game, and that's where Charlotte's so good, because they put a ton of pressure on you. They have so much talent, and so our guys did a good job.
Joel, is the eventual goal not to make things so tough on yourselves with some of these games where you can take the 28-point lead and kind of cruise, as opposed to having to work hard to maintain it? Or is that just something that you'll learn, or is that something you think you're getting better at?
So you're asking every time we have a big lead, it should always be bigger? The other team should never be allowed to come back? Is that what you're asking?
Well, it kind of happens where teams do make runs at you guys, and big runs at times, and you had to put Tatum back in.
I didn't have to. I chose to.
You chose to.
Yes.
Yeah, you called a timeout to do it, right?
Well, it was our timeout in 11 seconds anyway, so there was going to be a timeout. It was our ball.
So
I'm just saying, if we have it at 22, the other teams are really good too, so there's going to be times where you're going to have to manage a run. And so I don't think the storyline is we got a lead and they got it down to 12. I don't think that's the storyline. The storyline is when we get a lead, we have to execute regardless. And the other teams are really, really good, and they're gonna make runs. And then we got to do our best to not help them make that run by turning the ball over, giving up offensive rebounds, and shooting fouls.
Joe is a no-nonsense, no-playing coach who is very disciplined. This attitude rubs off on the Boston Celtics team and record.
I just want to go back. You were talking about, you obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say when they are up there with a UFC microphone, and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Is there...
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
Free
speech. Gonna control what people say. Gonna tell people what to believe. Gonna tell people... I don't fucking tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on, though.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want, and they can believe whatever they want. And I don't think there's any... We had 2 gay women who fought in the co-main event. They sat on the stage with...
It blows the mind that someone has to explain to a journalist the concept of free speech. Wow. This is another example of how pointless it is to hold media conferences. It is a waste of time listening to activists pretending to be journalists. That's it for today. If you love watching athletes handle the woke questions, hit like and subscribe for more. Share your favorite part in the comments, and stay tuned for even more epic moments. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.